This tutorial will go over how to make lists in SwiftUI. The app I have here has a list of animals. You can scroll up and down. We will also implement an onMove and onDelete onto the list, giving us the ability to reorder rows and also delete rows from the list. So as you can see, I have a list here, and I can click and drag and reorder, and then I can also swipe and delete. All right, let's jump into the code. Start off by creating a new project. It's going to be a watch app. We're going to name this SwiftUI lists and make sure that SwiftUI is your user interface, and we're not going to include the notification scene. All right, so let's create this. All right, so we have our preview built on the right side here. It's showing our text hello world. So to create a list, I'm going to need an array. So I'm just going to create a model here, and I can make a model in another class or another file, but I'm just going to create it up here. So I'm going to make a struct, and I'm going to name it animal model, and it's going to be an identifiable. Inside here, I'm going to need to have a ID, which is going to be a GUID, so UUID, and then I'm going to make a string, which is the name of the animal. And you can have anything up here. You can have images, you can have the description of the animal, but for this tutorial, I'm just going to do a name. And now I'm going to initialize it down here in the content view. So I'm going to make a state, and a state basically enables this to be two-way binding, so you can read and write. I'm going to make a variable called animals, and it's going to be an array of animal models. And I'm just going to initialize this with some dummy animal names. So animal model name, and I'm going to make a dog. So I'm just going to have one in there for right now. So right now we still have the text. I'm going to start off by making a list. And there's a couple ways to do this. I like to create a list and then do a for each inside the list. So I would do a for each, and I'm going through all the animals, bracket, and then I'm going to use animal as my variable in. And for right now, I'm just going to do a text with the animal name. So I'm going to go here and then do animal.name. Close that off. All right. And so if we hit resume, we should see one item in our list here with the name dog. All right, there we go. So I'm going to add a couple more items here just so you can see the list. So actually I'm going to do comma, copy this. Just going to add a bunch. Okay, I'm just going to clean this up a little bit. All right, and hit resume to build it. And we should see a bunch of dogs over here. Okay, there we go. All right, so that is the basics of the list. Next, we're going to do an onMove and onDelete. So we're going to start off with onMove. And like I said, there's a number of ways to do this, but I think this way is the easiest. So on the for each, I'm going to do dot onMove. And inside there, I'm going to do that, but I'm just going to delete all of this. onMove, I want, oops, sorry about that. onMove, I'm going to do self because it's enclosed there. I want my animals array dot move. And this is a pretty cool function. So it takes index set. Basically, it just takes the to and from variables. So I'm going to do $0 and then $1. So this function just rearranges it in the array. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna hit this play button here and it'll run it as if it's in a simulator. So I'm gonna wait for it to, all right, there we go. And to move items, you just click, hold, and then you can rearrange it. So, and that's rearranging it in the array. So that's the onMove. Next is the onDelete. So it's very similar to onMove. So I'm going to do onDelete self dot animals dot, and the function I'm going to use is remove. And remove has a parameter of at offsets, and I'm just going to take in one parameter, which is the item that I want to remove. So I've seen some people have a separate function for this where they actually put it down here for the remove, but I think this is a nice way of keeping it clean. So if we go over here and play it again, and we do a swipe, we'll be able to remove items. And it's kind of hard to see because it's all dogs, but as you can see, it's removing it from the list. All right, well, that was a pretty quick and simple tutorial using SwiftUI's lists on an Apple Watch. I'm gonna have some more SwiftUI tutorials, so subscribe and look out for those. And if there's any other tutorials you'd like to see, let me know down in the comments, but thanks for watching.